Oh my god! Look at that jawline and that perfect smile! Totally deserves to be with me, right?
All right, kids, let's give him a chance to say a few words first.
Just a new kid. Why all the fuss? They've wasted enough time drooling and gossiping about him to let me get through half a Stephen King novel. I was lost in my own world when suddenly... Ouch! Oh no! My precious books! Why would he...
Oh, my bad. But for someone as rude and clueless as you, it's what you deserve. Hi, I'm Ken Winston, the new guy.
Hey! You didn't even say sorry?
You know what? I once opened a dictionary and ripped out every page that had anything to do with sorry. So, yeah, deal with it.
Oh, he's totally my type. Waking up to a nightmare. Oh, hi guys. He's such a pain, isn't he? I didn't want to, but somehow he just sticks to me. I'm Lisa Bailey, 15 years old, from New Jersey, and I love reading books. Please like and subscribe. The library is where I spend more time than even at home. Sitting around by a sea of books is just the best feeling. What did a bookworm like me ever do to deserve bullying? I wonder that as Mandy rips a page from a book I had just gotten 3 minutes ago. Just a page and you're bawling. Crazy much? Mandy is a notorious mean girl at my school. Gorgeous and wealthy. Bullies like her are just mean-spirited, itching to disrupt the peace of others, not because I did anything wrong. Worse now, she's got an ally.
Hey guys, why do I feel a chill down my spine? Could it be... Ah! A book monster!
I fail to see the humor. Somehow, he keeps bothering me. Not just once or twice, but every single day.
Oops, needed a place to wipe my hands real quick. Looking for this? Come and get it!
I can't take this anymore! And the pranks just keep getting more and more outrageous.
Okay, Lisa, could you read the conclusion of this lesson out loud for us?
Yes, teacher. So, the conclusion we can draw from this lesson is Lisa the book monster, the loneliest, always burying herself in books to avoid What? What the heck is this doing in my book? Look at this. Why self-sabotage like that? No doubt about it. Only Ken came to class early after lab today. It couldn't have been anyone else. You need to be more creative to humiliate me. But seems too hard for someone with your EQ, huh?
What did you just say?
I said you're an idiot, mean-spirited, a jerk with nothing better to do than play pranks on others.
What do you know about me, you freak?
Enough! How dare you disrupt my class? Both of you will get detention.
Being in detention with him was torture enough. But just before it ended...
Lisa, Ken, why don't you shake hands and make up?
Do what?
Shake hands. Come on.
Must be kidding. No way I'm touching that jerk. But against all odds, Ken reached out his hand first. After that mess, Ken dipped out of school for like 3 days straight. Not that I care about him or anything, but I kinda snapped at him that day. Hope he's alright or whatever. Decided to check on him in person, see what's up. Ken's place wasn't what I expected. Dude looks all flashy, so I figured he'd be loaded. Living in some massive mansion.
Lisa?
Oh, hey. Since you've been missing school, I brought you some math stuff and also...
Thanks. You can go now.
He didn't seem like the Ken I knew at all. What's up with that? And who's that old man? After snooping around and asking a few neighbors, turned out that guy was Ken's dad. He got some serious heart disease and is in and out of the hospital. So every time Ken skipped school, it was to take care of his dad. And here I thought he was just slacking off. Suddenly, I'm curious. Like, who is he really? Want an apple?
No, what do you want?
Just to talk, normally. Come on, Ken. We can totally be friends. I want to help you too.
I don't get what you're saying.
I just happened to hear about your dad being sick. Totally by accident. I didn't know you had it tough. Hey, next time you have to skip school to take care of him, maybe I could... Before I could finish, Ken stood up, slammed the table hard. His face turned stormy as a dark cloud.
I don't need your pity. Don't ever bring this up again. Stay away from me.
I was so shocked. I froze. I meant well. Why is he acting like I'm some villain? Ken started avoiding me after that. Tried talking to him again, but no dice. Wonder if his dad's condition got worse, 'cause Ken's been missing more school. All right. Honestly, I'm worried about him.
Thanks for looking out for Ken. He's at the store. Try some of my juice while you... wait,
Mr. Winston! Mr. Winston! Are you okay? Oh no, he's struggling to breathe. I didn't waste a second. I let him lie down on the floor, started CPR like they taught us in school. Please, Mr. Winston! Thank God he finally started breathing again. I called 911 and Ken came back right then.
Hey, thanks, Lisa. I can't imagine what would have happened if you weren't there today.
It's nothing. That's what friends do.
You still see me as a friend? After all the crap I've done to you?
I'll think about it after I hear your reasons. Ken looked really down. Then he spilled his guts. His family's not well off. His dad's sick all the time, and his mom started a new family in Australia. Ken was bullied by some thugs at his old school and had to transfer after a nasty fight.
It was dumb to think becoming a bully would stop the bad feelings. I'm really sorry, Lisa. You're a great friend, and I've been...
Everyone deserves a chance to change. Ken, I'll give you a shot. That was the first time I saw Ken smile at me without any mockery. After that, Ken and I got closer. Turns out, he's pretty cool, and his stories are the only thing that can pull me away from my books. Things could have gone smoothly, but I forgot about another obstacle named Mandy. Stay away from Ken. Don't even think about messing with our thing. You don't get to tell me what to do. Oh, you want to go? Fine, then watch what I can do to you. Of course, I just ignored what Mandy said. But maybe I was a bit too cocky, underestimating my opponent. Oh no, my books! Stop it, you monsters! If you had just listened to me from the start, things would have been simpler. The world doesn't revolve around you, Mandy. You're the one trying to mess with us. How dare you!
Enough, Mandy. This is ridiculous.
Ken, why would you do this to me? I thought we were on the same team.
Not anymore. Stop wasting your time bothering other people. Seriously, take the advice.
This isn't over. No one gets to disrespect Mandy. I had a bad feeling something nasty was brewing. Sure enough, the next morning, there's a post on the school forum accusing me and Ken of being school bullies.
Damn it. She set us up.
Hey Ken, look closer here. There's a reflection of the person taking the pig. I think it's Katie, one of Mandy's minions. She used to be one of Mandy's victims too. Ken, what do you say about giving them a little taste of their own medicine? We set up a trap for Mandy, just like she did to us. Ken texted Mandy to meet us where we set up, and she agreed right away. Katie, it's Mandy who's the real bully. She wrecked my precious books and even tried to hit me. You saw everything. Will you testify for us, please? Lisa, it's time we break free from this fake fear. You can't be her slave forever. I'm sorry, Lisa, but I can't. She'd make my life a living hell here. Well done, my dear friend. You know better than these two fools. Sure I did it, but so what? You can't change a thing. Anyway, he used to be a bully. Serves him right. And now it's time to close this show. What the? How about that, Mandy? Thought you were the only one who could set traps? Time to pay for what you've done. Mandy had to transfer schools not long after, as more students came forward about her stealing or pranking them. Hopefully she learned a valuable lesson and can do better at her new school.
Or maybe she just needs a real friend by her side to show her that being nice is much better than being a lonely bully. Thanks, Lisa. Really.
That morning, I went to class feeling super tired after a sleepless night. However, when I sat down, my chair suddenly broke, which made me fall on my butt. Ah! There were mean scribbles on my desk and everyone was whispering. That thief should get lost. How could she do that to her best friend? I got up in anger. I told you, Stefan's comma wasn't my fault. You must believe me. Without listening to a word I said, they started recording me. Immediately, my boyfriend Titus smashed their cameras and pulled me away from that mess. Hi, I'm Tiffany, a top student at Lake Mary Preparatory High School. I was also criticized as the culprit that caused the comma of Stefan, another top student and also my bestie. Are you curious to know who he is? Fasten your seatbelt, cause I'm about to give you a ride in the roller coaster of my life. I'm a devoted researcher and a science enthusiast. Because of that, I had participated in numerous regional science competitions. It was where I met Stefan, a skinny but extremely talented boy, and we soon became teammates in the Olympics. From acquaintances who merely shared the same interest, we became inseparable. Since both my mom and his dad passed away because of heart disease, we both dreamed of building a portable heart failure detector. Once, when we brought our invention to a science fair, suddenly a nerdy girl riding a badass lawnmower rushed over. Watch out, Stefan! We fell to the sides and dropped our machine. Unfortunately, the mower ran over it before it fully stopped. Stefan hurriedly picked our invention up.
Oh no, it's broken.
I'm sorry, let me help you guys. The girl jumped down and introduced herself as Stella, the inventor of said lawnmower. It took us forever, but in the end, we successfully fixed the detector. Turns out, Stella was also a mechanical engineer and scientific researcher, so fixing machines was nothing new to her. Impressed, we invited her to join our project of building an ultimate heart failure detector, and thankfully, she agreed. Coincidentally, the three of us were in the same high school. By that time, I had fallen for a gorgeous boy named Titus, and we started dating, although Stefan didn't like him. Once, Titus came to see me while Stefan and I were doing research. Curious, he touched the heart failure detector, which triggered Stefan and was roughly pushed away.
Don't touch it. Incompetent idiot like you will ruin it. Seriously, Tiffany, I don't get why you like him. Don't insult me!
As I tried to stop Titus from punching my best friend, Stefan sneered and left. Because of their tension, I often avoided letting them near each other. However, it was only the beginning of the storm. One day, Stefan and Stella suddenly had a big argument. Stella shouted loudly, "You're too stubborn! We'll go nowhere if you keep insisting on doing it your way!"
If you don't like it, just leave.
Come on, guys. Furiously, Stella yanked my hand away, dropped the machine on the ground, and left. From then on, it was just me and Stefan completing the machine when Stella no longer spoke to us. After a month, we finally finished it. Stefan hugged me tightly, but oddly, I could feel that he didn't want to let go.
Tiffany, I like you.
What? Startled, I pushed him away and exclaimed that I only considered him a good friend. Stefan was upset, and I quickly ran out of the room. The next morning, while brushing my teeth, I checked my phone and saw a new tweet from Stefan.
You won't believe who tried to steal my lifelong invention. It's...
What? I quickly checked my email only to find that our joint email password was changed. Shoot, what's happening? Suddenly Titus called me.
I got bad news.
He said that Stefan was found unconscious in the classroom and was brought into the ER in a state of deep coma. Oh god, was it because I turned him down? But then why would our invention be stolen? I ran as fast as I could to school to see my boyfriend. With trembling voice, I told him, "Titus, nothing makes sense. Someone must have heard him and stolen the heart failure detector."
And then changed your password too? Who could it be?
Worse, I was Stefan's teammate, so naturally, I became the prime suspect and was criticized unreasonably. My life went down a spiral and only Titus stayed by my side. To clear my name and claim justice for Stefan, I must find out who was the real culprit. A few days later, Titus told me that he had found a clue. While taking physics class, he saw Stella logging in Stefan's email. Not to mention, recently, she just won an Oxford scholarship for submitting a new invention. Right! I just remembered that Stella also had access to our joint email. Seemed like it was time to expose that snake. That day, both Titus and I quietly waited for Stella in the library. We watched her eat a sandwich from the canteen and got a stomachache right after. Duh, I put antibiotics in it. Stella painfully grabbed her stomach and ran as fast as she could to the restroom. Little did she know, she was walking right into my trap. I quickly called Titus. Have you got it? She's almost done.
No, stall her.
Damn it, she was about to leave. Not giving up easily, I grabbed one of her shoes. Who's that? Give me back my shoe! Titus, hurry up! Give it back! Just as she was about to open the door, I threw the shoe back towards her. Stella immediately put it on and quickly ran out to catch the unknown thief, but there was nobody around. Phew, luckily I escaped in time. However, I caught something abnormal. As Stella turned pale, she bit her nails and whispered to herself, "No, ghosts don't exist. It can't be Stefan. He's in a coma." By this time, I was dead sure she was involved in this drama. Later, I met Titus again. He had successfully stolen Stella's phone.
Look, it's full of Stefan's physics formulas.
Without a doubt, the culprit must be her. I must find a way to trick her into confessing. One evening, I seized my chance when Stella had to stay late at school to decorate for a school event. She was walking with a stack of documents when I scared her by dressing in black and moving like a shadow right past her. She was so frightened that she shut her eyes and prayed. Amen. Amen. Suddenly from above, the heart failure detector fell right in front of her. Stella let out a terrified scream and stepped back in panic. Still dressed in black, I jumped out and blocked her way, which made her scream even louder and burst into tears. I'm sorry for not helping you, Stefan. Please don't haunt me. I was stunned. What did you say? It turns out that the night Stefan fainted, Stella was near there. She recalled hearing his voice and it seemed like he was in a fight.
I'm going to let this whole school know, you thief! Give it back!
And then I heard the phone hit the ground and be trampled. I wanted to check on him, but because I was still angry, I decided it was none of my business and left. When Stella burst into tears of regret, I hugged her. I'm sorry for misunderstanding you, Stella, and for taking your phone too. Here it is. Huh? That's not mine. Then she took out a phone that was identical to the one I was holding. What? But Titus said it was her phone. Something dawned on me. How did he know our joint email password was changed? How did he recognize the physical formula that Stefan did? Could it be... The next morning, while Titus wasn't at home, I lied that I forgot my stuff at his house to ask to come inside. When I saw his laptop, I quickly opened it. To my horror, he was indeed the one who changed our email password and stole our invention. Suddenly, Titus returned.
Tiffany?
Titus, why did you do this? The thief is not Stella, it's you! Titus fell to his knees and took my hand in desperation.
I'm sorry, I did it out of love. I just don't want you to be with that arrogant, smug Stefan all the time.
As the truth unfolded, I learned that when Titus changed our joint email password to ruin our collaboration, Stefan caught him. Scared of being exposed, Titus quickly snatched Stefan's phone to destroy the evidence, but accidentally knocked Stefan out. After that, he immediately left for fear of being discovered. Disgusted, I yanked my crazy boyfriend's hands away and growled. I'll never forgive someone who's willing to hurt my friends and destroy my dream. Then I gave Titus a big slap and broke up with him on spot. After that day, Stella constantly visited Stefan and finally made up with him. Titus realized his mistake and came to apologize to him too. As for me, my name was cleared and everything went back on track now. One hot summer afternoon, I was riding on my horse while participating in an archery competition.
10 points! 10 points! 10 points!
Easy peasy. The audience cheered for me wildly. When I stepped out of the shooting area, Dean, my #1 opponent, passed by and pushed me on the shoulder. He whispered in my ear.
Give up or you'll regret it.
You're not the first coward who said that. Try me. Angry, he pushed me violently then walked away. What an arrogant jerk. Hi, I'm Jessica, the only daughter of the famous archer Darryl Williams. He let me practice archery for children when I was still small. And during my first time participating in an official archery competition, I became a star with outstanding achievements. At that time, Dean was the defending champion and he was my worst opponent in many ways. He threatened me, probably out of fear that I would steal his championship. During the competition, we were arranged with 2 different horses. He and I fought tooth and nail and we both got perfect scores. The last round was shooting while avoiding obstacles. This time, Dean took the lead and I was close behind him.
Haha, loser!
His horse easily overcame the obstacles, but as I got closer, Dean suddenly pulled out a bag of rocks and threw it on the ground. Don't, watch out! Thankfully, I reacted quickly and guided my horse to steer clear of those rocks. I even managed to take the lead. However, without missing a beat, Dean released a snake toward us. Dove, my trusted horse, abruptly stopped running, causing me to fall to the ground and suffered serious injuries. As everyone started to stir in confusion, the doctors quickly took me out of the race while Dean's fans cheered excitedly. I was heavily traumatized by that event and even had to put my career on hold because of that trauma. After Dean shamelessly won another championship title, he even belittled me in many articles, which only deepened my wound. A year later, I became a strong and determined 16-year-old girl. I transferred to a high school in the state of New Jersey. On my first day there, I was eager to join the school's archery club, so I went straight for it. But when I got to the training ground, I was shocked. On the field, there was only one boy sleeping carefully. He was Silas, the notorious billionaire's son. He was known as the most behaving delinquent in the school. God, there goes my dream of a bright future at the archery club. Dejectedly, I patted Silas' shoulder. Hey. Suddenly, he raised his hand and accidentally gave me a painful smack on the forehead. Ouch! What the?
Oh, who are you?
I'm here to join the archery club.
Don't try to steal my sleeping place.
He annoyedly swatted my hand away. Between the two of us, I was obviously the only one interested in archery, while Silas had never touched a bowstring in his lifetime. The reason he joined this club was because he wanted his own playground to laze around. Ignoring him, I went to practice on my own. However, unable to sleep with the noise of my training, Silas had tried various ways to kick me out of the club. One day, when I opened the door to the archery club, I was again shocked. Jesus! Silas and his friends were trashing my training ground. One of his friends was drawing graffiti on the wall, while someone else was running around wearing the archery flag. I shouted in anger, "Get out of here, you filthy animals!" They all stopped and looked at me. As if to enrage me even further, they burst out laughing. Silas came over and mockingly patted on my shoulder.
Chill out. Take a break from these silly arrows. Have fun with us.
Ugh, Silas and his friends were absolutely mega jerks. They even threw water balloons at the archery targets. I ran out trying to catch the balloons, one ball, two balls, then one ball slammed right into my head, making me drenched from head to toe. Ugh! Not stopping there, Silas' friends started shooting my bow at the targets but all missed. Silas snatched the bow from his friends and smirked.
Watch and learn.
Silas, stop! But it was too late. He released the arrow and it hit the fire hydrant. The water started pouring everywhere and quickly flooded the entire yard. Seeing that, Silas' groupies panicked and quickly ran away from there, trampling over my bow and arrows, mercilessly breaking them. No! You've destroyed my treasure! Suddenly, the school superintendent appeared and madly yelled at us.
You two, come to my office, now!
After we arrived at his office, Silas kept biting his fingernails while nervously mumbling.
Damn it, I might be expelled this time for real.
The superintendent stood up and sternly asked,
Who broke the fire hydrant?
Silas trembled. Feeling oddly pity for him, I pushed him aside. I did.
One more time and I'll disband your club. Got it? And you, Silas, if I have to drag you here once again, I'll expel you.
Both relieved and surprised, Silas took my arm.
Why did you cover for me?
'Cause everyone, even a jerk like you, deserves a second chance. This archery club is my second chance too. I'm starting over since I can't play professionally anymore. After hearing that, Silas remained strangely silent. The next afternoon, when I stopped by the training ground, everything changed completely. The spectator seats were freshly painted, the targets were replaced, and the training ground was pleasantly dry. In the corner, Silas was trying to fix the bow that was broken yesterday. Seeing me, he stood up and handed me a brand new bow.
While I fix your bow, you can use mine.
Yours?
Yep. And can you teach me archery? I don't want to be a pathetic delinquent anymore.
In the days that followed, we restored the archery club. I taught Silas how to shoot and we became gradually closer. Sometimes during practice, we even made eye contact and went shy. As the club got better day by day, we started having an incredible amount of applicants. It was so impressive that our school decided to invite the local archery champion to advise us. And of course, none other than Dean showed up. He took a distasteful glance at me, then spoke scornfully.
Whoa, who lets a loser manage this club?
I furiously pushed Dean away as he continued to sneer at me.
Know your place and stay where losers are, you fool. Watch it, she'll make you eat her dust the next time you come to our school.
Out of nowhere, Silas appeared and warned Dean. Dean just sniggered and left.
See you in a week, then.
Silas firmly grabbed my shoulder.
It's time to take your revenge and win over your fear, Jessica.
And so for the entire week, Silas supported me with all he had. Sometimes he brought me food and water. Other times, he enthusiastically cleaned my equipment and took care of me. A week later, as agreed, I entered the competing ground with Silas by my side. My hands were shaking nonstop and he held it to reassure me. Soon after, the organizer gave me a bow and some arrows. Sensing something wrong, I checked them carefully and discovered that the bow had a rather loose string. As expected of Dean, he had probably bribed the organizer. But this time, I won't let him get away with his dirty tricks anymore.
Miss Jessica Williams, please get into your position.
Dean smiled proudly at his successful bribe. However, he couldn't believe his eyes when I walked out with Silas' new bow. Yes, we reported the bow problem and Silas gave me his $3,000 bow. Knowing that his trick failed, Dean furiously climbed onto his horse. I kissed my horse and prayed, "Let's win together." At the beginning of the competition, we were evenly matched. Waiting for the right chance, I instructed my horse to leap ahead of Dean's. He lost his cool and shouted at his poor horse.
You useless animal, hurry up!
The horse suddenly lost control and knocked his owner out of his place, causing Dean to fall painfully to the ground. By that time, I had scored beautifully. As the spectators started booing Dean, I turned around and jumped down to help him up, not forgetting to shoot the last arrow to finish the contest.
Why are you helping me?
Cause I know how it feels to go down and be laughed at. No one should go through that humiliation. With my convincing victory, Silas ran over and hugged me. In the end, Dean apologized to me for his foul play. More importantly, thanks to the competition, I healed my trauma. As for Silas, he asked me out soon after that and we became a couple. Silas was surprisingly gifted with archery. Who knows, maybe someday he'll surpass me.